Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So out at Lidl recently again, and I decided to pick up this super cheap Parkside corded multi-tool. So in this video I'll be doing an unboxing, testing and a review of this tool. Right, so here we've got the Parkside multi-purpose tool. I bought this recently from Lidl supermarket for £15.99 with the Lidl app. So under £16 for a multi-tool with the accessories. I thought that was a really good deal. I don't really use these tools very often, but I thought for that price it's probably just worth having it sat on the shelf, and when I do need it, when I need to get out of trouble on a project, this might come in handy. So what it says on the box then: multi-purpose tool, the model is PMFW 310H5, highly versatile oscillation technology for sawing, cutting, scraping and sanding. Rated power consumption is 310 watts, and it's got a rated no load speed oscillation speed of 15,000 to 21,000 OPM. So this has variable speeds on it. You can change the speed settings, and there's a little illustration of the accessories that it comes with, and it also has a 3-year warranty. So let's open it up and take a look at what you get inside. So before we do that, we can take a look at the case. The case even has a little image of the multi-tool here, so when you're looking at the case on the shelf you know what's in it. Not the best quality case, but I wouldn't expect it to be for that price. It's adequate. Seems to be fine. It's certainly compact. It's got these metal catches here. And there we have the multi-tool. So it comes with the manual and a box of accessories. There's what looks like a nice long cable. We'll measure that in a moment. The tool itself, and then there's a dust extraction hose. So now let's take a look at the tool. Here is the tool. And first impressions, it's quite chunky. I've got relatively larger hands and it's quite fat round the middle. It's quite heavy and chunky, so you could see that as a good thing or a bad thing. I don't have another one to compare it to, but it feels quite heavy, thick and chunky. So if you've got smaller hands, that might be a bit of an issue. Cable looks nice and long. So I've just gone and checked the cable length on this, and surprisingly it is around 4 meters in length, slightly over on this one. So a really long cable, really useful. Cables can be annoying at the best of times, but with this you're probably not going to have any issues. 4 meters of cable, that's pretty good in my experience. So then to just quickly go through all the features on this, it's got the on off button at the top here, it's got this release lever to change the accessories, rubberized grip, and it's got variable speed settings at the back from number 1 up to number 6. So you've got 6 speed settings. I'll make sure that's on 1 before I start it. Quite a simple tool really. So accessory wise, you've got these 2 parts for the dust extraction, and then it comes with a box of accessories. Quite generous, so you get a set of sanding pads. I'll just count them: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 15 sanding pads there. So I've just double checked, and the pads actually range from P60 up to P240. So you've got P60, P120 and P240. So a nice range of sanding pads. There's the attachment with the Velcro on it for the sanding pads as well. And then there's some various different accessory tools. There's a rounded tool here. There's like one here for getting grout or getting stuff off a surface, like a little scraper. A very fine little saw and a wider saw. Nice selection of accessories. While I was in Lidl, I also picked up all these additional accessories that you can get really cheap. These did not come included with the tool, but when an accessory runs out on the tool, you can have spares. So I'll just do a quick demonstration on how you set up the dust extraction. So you take this piece, there's a bolt in here already, and this fits over the tool, and there's a hole in the device that you can screw into to lock this part into place. Okay, it's quite a long screw, it's nice and secure now. So you've still got plenty of space to add your accessory there, and then you can add your extraction pipe on here, and you can orientate it how you want it, for example. So you could have it sort of facing downwards, whatever you want. It's quite tight because it's new. And to add an accessory, you just pull the lever back, line it up with the holes like so. When they're lined up, lever back down again, and that's locked in position, nice and easy. Pull the lever out, accessory comes off. We'll try it with one of these. Just need to make sure those holes are lined up. Lever back down again, and that's locked into place. So now I'm going to give this a test. I'm going to start off with sanding, so I can just pull back this lever, attach the sanding triangular attachment, line it up with them holes, clamp it back down again. I'm going to use a 60 grit, get this on there, lined up so that those holes are visible. And these are Velcro attachments. There we go. So now onto the testing. I've got this hooked up to my dust extractor, a small vacuum, and I'm going to sand down a scrap of 2x4 with some fence stain or paint on it. I'm using the 60 grit pad, and I was quite surprised the dust collection is pretty good. Testing out the various speeds. Of course, the higher speeds more aggressive. Did a pretty good job at removing that paint. Now to try this rounded saw attachment. Cuts into the wood no problem. Could be quite useful in awkward situations. Now for the squared off saw attachment. Really useful at plunging into wood, cutting out small squares. Also good for cutting plastic pipe. And here it is again, cutting through some pine. I decided to try the metal cutting saw on some threaded bolt. Not a great idea, it's not designed for this. I just wanted to see how far it could go.
and it got about halfway through before the attachment was worn out. Now onto the scraper. I just decided to have a go at scraping off all that paint on my workbench, and there's no heat gun here. This is just without the heat gun. Does a pretty good job. So with a heat gun, I'm sure it would be quite useful for removing old paint.
Okay then, so that is about it then for this video. So conclusions then, for £15.99 within £16, I have no complaints. I think it's a bargain with or without accessories. It's even got that really generous 4 metre or just over 4 metre cable, sort of 12 feet or so. Really impressed with that. Loads of cable to work with. It is a bit of a bulky, chunky tool, so if you have smaller hands, you might want to get 2 hands on it when you're using it. Just bear that in mind. The lever works well, the lever mechanism. It's not hard to open, it's not hard to close. The on and off button is nice and positive. The speed settings are quite good. I found that between sort of 3 to 5 seem to be the best settings for me. Yeah, the accessories that it comes with are okay. I think you're probably going to want to buy the extra accessories like I did, because the ones that you buy for a replacement do look better quality than the ones that come with it. And as you saw, the metal cutting blade, it just completely died with that threaded bolt. Of course, they're not designed to be cutting threaded bolt, but that was a good test for it. Some thin sheet materials, thin non-ferrous metals, copper, that sort of thing, it will cut no problem, I would say. But I would get the hacksaw out if you want to cut any threaded rod. So one gripe I've got is the noise. It is quite noisy, but for the price I expected that. It's quite a noisy tool, and I'm guessing that these tools are probably noisy anyway, but it is particularly noisy when it's on the highest setting. It's quite an uncomfortable sound as well, so you might want to put your ear protectors on. But yeah, if you're out in Lidl and you see this for that price, I think it's a bargain. I don't use these very often, but it gets you out of trouble when you need it. I'm going to put this on the shelf. One other thing, the case is a bit on the small side, especially with this big cable. Getting everything back in that case is quite tight, so that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It's good because it's easy to store, but it's bad because it's a pain to get it all back in. But all in all, I think it's a really good tool, and I'm going to be using it every now and again, getting it off the shelf to cut those really awkward areas that you can't access with a saw. So if you did find this video useful, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.